up on this BCS Championship. I predicted Ohio State, but I predicted Florida State. I'd like to see it Ohio State and Florida State. Famous Jameis versus third string Cardale. But we got your boy Oregon's quarterback. What is it? Mariota and Cardale. What's your pick?
Well, obviously. Obviously.
You're biased. You're biased.
But taking away from being a former player and looking at the game itself.
This game itself.
The thing about playoff football is it comes down to how you plan at the end of the season.
And both of them are playing top notch.
And both of them playing lights out right now.
Yeah.
Lights out right now. You look at Ohio State and their defense, their skills players, Ezekiel Elliott, the coaching staff.
Their D is going to get tested.
It's going to get tested.
But they have never been tested all year.
But Alabama tested them too. You got to think that was a mighty team, Alabama.
Yeah, but it's a different style.
But it's a definitely different style.
Conditioning. It's late in the season. You know they're not running sprints like they used to.
But you know their offense ain't too much different. Just a little more spread out, a little more wide open.
Yeah.
But it ain't too much different. And Ohio State's offense and Oregon's offense has some similarities.
Yeah.
Has some similarities.
They both have speed.
Both have speed.
They both have speed.
Who's the faster team, Ohio State or Oregon?
It's really going to be a toss-up.
This is not, I tell everybody, like, this is not our father's Ohio State Buckeyes.
No.
This is an Ohio State Buckeye team that nobody in the state of Ohio has ever seen.
Kind of reminds you of an SEC team.
Yeah.
Yes.
This big, I mean, you know, this Ohio, this Big Ten football, we line it up, we get a big, strong line with a big Eddie George style back, and we run downhill, we move the chains, we give you a little play action to a tight end, you know, maybe a receiver deep. But this right here is SEC football.
It's a new beast. And I think if you look around, even Tressel, when he came to the Big Ten, and now with Urban Meyer, he's kind of evolved in the Big Ten into some of those bigger conferences with athleticism and speed.
I think this is where he wanted to be anyway.
He did, oh yeah, absolutely.
Even when he was at Florida, Ohio State was somewhere that he's an Ohio kid.
Absolutely. And Ohio State's going to only go after the best. I mean, they're not going, you know, because most coaches is the type of program where most coaches want to end up at.
Yeah.
They want to end up at Ohio State.
What's your score? What's your pick?
I'd say
I'll give you my Ohio State 42, Oregon 25.
I'm going to go 31-21 Ohio State.
What you got, miss?
35-27 Ohio State.
Are we being biased? Honestly, are we being biased?
Actually,
Oregon
no.
got 2 receivers down.
Two down.
I'm not
like
even
our line better, and I think that's going to be the
our
key.
defensive line.
Our defensive line. I like our line better. I like our offensive line better because
I don't think Oregon's defense is going to be able to control our offense. I don't feel like, in no sense of the word, I don't care how good they're playing right now.
I think they're going to exploit the deep ball in Oregon. You know, All-American cornerback is out. And I
Oregon's not going to be able to stop the run.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Just straight downhill ball off the tackle.
230 on Alabama. The number one
I'm telling you, he's liable to put 250 on Oregon. Easy.
You know, if you get up in those numbers right there, he eclipsed Eddie George's 1900s plus for the season.
Yes.
Eddie.
He only need 2-something
Eddie.
to get Eddie's record.
He'll get it. Man, he got 200. Alabama had not given up.
one record with 2 consecutive.
Alabama had not given up 100 yards all
year. All year.
And he got 230 yards on what? 20 carries, 23 carries?
20 carries.
Yeah,
It wasn't a boatload of carries.
Yeah.
It wasn't a boat. He averaged about 8 or 9 a pop.
Come on, man.
Yeah, 8 against Alabama's defense.
You got to stand up and give that line credit.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like this Oregon team is a good team. But that Ohio State Alabama was the national championship game.
Me too. I felt like that too.
That was because both Ohio State and Alabama could have went in and beat Oregon.
Yeah, I felt like that too.
But with Oregon's receivers down, I feel like that kind of gives them we're short-handed.
Yeah.
I think that just gives them the excuse.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
No doubt.
going to be the determining factor.
No doubt.
Because the thing about it, though, is that, to me, our receivers pretty much match evenly, speed-wise, with Oregon. So
They say
we've got
Devin-
proven track runners on Ohio State's team, just the same as Oregon does.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a matchup, but I don't think that Oregon really has the advantage over us like most people are saying.
And I think Ohio State is more aggressive. You know,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oregon tackles. Ohio State hit.
Exactly.
There's a difference. You know what I'm saying?
And you look at Arizona, Oregon's only loss to Arizona.
But they were smacking Florida State.
They was, yeah. Yeah,
I give them, I ain't trying to be, they were smacking Florida State around, but I just don't see it.
They manhandled Florida State.
They did. But it wasn't as, the turnovers were the big difference. It wasn't as far game as the score.
Absolutely.
A few turnovers here, a turnover there, a fumble here, interception there, that can make it get away. But it was still.
A lot of times they beat themselves too, Florida State.
Yeah, but that's that was bound to happen at some point.
It was gonna catch up. You saw some of the ways Florida State was playing during the year that eventually it was gonna catch up to them.
It was really.